Okay, hopefully we're back. This is part two. I have no idea what just happened, but it just said that I think Facebook just said that I was violating their terms of service, which is super weird, guys. I don't know what's going on. Hopefully this is working. Hold on, let me refresh some things. All right, looks like we're back again. Super fun, guys. Yeah, yeah, okay. Ridiculous. I don't know why that happened. I have no idea why that happened, guys. Hopefully you're watching again, and if we crap out a second time, like I'm not gonna do third time as the charm. I'm not. I'm just going to, you know. And it was just as I was saying, Mercury is still in Gatorade. So this is a very Mercury and Gatorade moment that the live stream crapped out, and I had to restart it. So let's keep going. Mercury is still in Gatorade until I'm assuming until the 10th. So that'll be Monday, 10th or the 11th. Hold please. Not seeing it. Like ridiculous, right, Katie? Yeah, it's just like deuces, deuces on the way out. It's like, weren't we just talking about the shadow period? Didn't Stefanie just say something about the shadow period of Mercury and Gatorade? Like, exactly, exactly. Okay, so Mercury is still retrograde. Slow down, plan for delays, back up your computer, and choose your words carefully. I don't think it's ending this week. It might be ending early next week, but there's no sign of it on the Astrobiz Digest yet. Okay. Um, so this week has two big cosmic happenings. It begins with the Mars entering Libra on the 6th, which happened 2 days ago, which adds power to creative projects. Suddenly, you will have the will to keep going with your notions. Make art, new marketing materials, or batch content. Hold on a second. Let me just make sure that my Bluetooth speaker is working. My blue snowball speaker. Yes. Okay, good. Yes. Yes. Stefanie did say Mercury's in Gatorade, and that shadow period is still going to be there. Anyway, Mars entering Libra. Make art, new marketing materials, or batch content. Ever ready bunny energy? Yes. This is transit. This transit is also fab for legal affairs. Consult with your attorney to take care of pertinent issues. The more legit your business is, the better. Assertive marketing campaigns can go far now. However, this transit can bring out the passive aggressive side in some people. Boundaries may be necessary. Watch that you don't engage in that bull either. Mars moves into home base of Scorpio on September 22nd. The other big news, yeah, exactly, the 11th. So I don't know why I kept on thinking the 10th. I think Jamie said that the 10th was Mercury going direct, but I believe it is the 11th. Okay. Other big news, full moon in Aquarius on the 9th. There's no better lunation for a celebratory dinner with your team. Book a reservation at a swanky joint and toast your wins. Be sure to compliment them on their contributions. After all, we're all in this business thing together. If you don't have a team, this evening could be terrific for a community event. A customer appreciation shindig would be the perfect way to lean into this vibe. All right. Okay. Now, the nitty gritty for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And I'm going to drink my water out of my goblet, a la Cersei Lannister. It's not wine, guys. It's just water. Ah, I drink water and I know things. Friday. Friday's Aquarius moon is ideal for connecting with your team to sketch out future plans. The morning is clear, so start with a meeting over breakfast and see where it goes. A Mars-Uranus trine at 2:45 p.m. casts a hardworking and original spell over the weekend. Use this for group activities and assertive marketing. Done right, and your community grows and your profits too. The key is to be you and be bold. However, you'll want to temper yourself a bit when the moon opposes Saturn coming up, hasn't happened yet, at 10:52 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Once that aspect kicks in, you could overdo it or piss someone off. This aspect is associated with legal troubles, so it's wise to avoid drama as much as possible. It can also create issues with authority figures, making the weekend poor for negotiations. Today, Friday, Lionsgate Portal 8/8 is a power day for Aquarius and a weekday for Leo, which is interesting since it's the Lionsgate Portal, but okay. But most of the time, when there's a power day, the weekday is its astrological opposite. So, power day for Aquarius means on that opposite side of the astrological wheel, that would be Leo. Yes. I don't remember I don't remember who the artist is, but I did get this from my friend's gift store. I got a pair of goblets. Isn't it pretty? All my colors. Yes, I drink water and I know things. So Saturday and Sunday. Saturday brings a full moon in Aquarius at 3:55 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so early morning. Be sure to read the info we already did. Full moon in Aquarius, which is toast your wins, compliment people on their contributions, customer shindig, that sort of thing. Moon station's void at that time as well, which means Saturday is better suited for rest instead of work, and that is exactly what I plan on doing. Aw, it's giving Queen of Cups. Yes, I will take that. I'm usually the Queen of Swords. You guys know that. Yeah. Katie says Leo weekday. Darn it. No negotiations with neighbors. This girl needs to be quiet. Yes, you do. Yes. Yes to the Queen of Cups. Aw, thanks, guys. So rest instead of work. If you insist, use this day to wrangle ongoing projects. However, Mars opposing Neptune at 6:13 p.m. doesn't bode well for productivity. The energy is weak sauce with a side of manipulation, and it lingers for 3 days. Who feels like working with that vibe? Not me. So Sunday begins with the moon in Pisces at 2:50 a.m., another great excuse to take this weekend off. This lunation is great for creativity or self-care. A day devoted to hobbies and art. Don't mind if I do. Mars trine Pluto at 8:29 a.m. adds a dash of willpower, ideal for pushing through objections toward the finish line. Keep in mind, Mercury is still retrograde, and Mars is in separating unhappy angles as well. So there are wet blanket vibes still operating all day long on Sunday. Need I say more? Take the damn weekend off. Saturday is a power day for Aquarius and weekday for Leo, as well as Friday. And Sunday is a power day for Pisces and a weekday for Virgo. Whew. All right. I'm also going to look at the monthly summary for August as well, so I can see exactly when Mercury is supposed to be going direct. I do believe it is the 11th. Yes. Stations direct on the 11th. Give it a few days, and soon it will be business as usual. You can sign contracts, purchase new gear, and book business trips without fear now. But keep backing up your computer. Okay. All right. Any questions about Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday? And I will take a peek for the astrological reason why. Then we can move forward into, let's discuss the Lionsgate portal, what the heck that means. I don't know. Yes. Basically, Katie, yeah. Okay, so have birthday fun and then put that letter together for business on Sunday evening. Yes. That sounds like a fantastic plan. Tuesday evening. Yes, we can look at Tuesday evening. Okay. So Tuesday evening. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. Hot spots to avoid. Moon Saturn square at 3:54 p.m. and Moon Neptune square at 4:44 p.m. Public is sour at that time. Yep. 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 Public is sour at that time, and the energy is too lethargic and cloudy. It's impossible to get anything done or attract the right folks. In 2 hours, the energy clears, leaving the evening wide open for a meeting over dinner and drinks. So, power day for Sagittarius, weekday for Gemini. So, I had a lot of like readings that came out of nowhere and email readings. And I wanted to make sure I got them done before the moon squared Mars on Tuesday morning at 11:29 a.m. So I was just like, I need to use the Sagittarius moon, which was Monday, which is normally a truth-telling moon. That's how I see moon in Sagittarius. It's truth-telling moon. So I was just like, listen, the cards will be rocking, the readings will be accurate, but they will probably have a bit of spice to them. And as long as you're okay with that, then I shall read your cards. So I had 3 email readings, and I made sure to get them all done before the moon squaring Mars and the day or the week went to shit. And they were very powerful readings too. And I'm just like, why are all these readings like really intense right now? But they were. So yeah, it continued on and got wildly worse by Thursday evening/night. Yeah. So moon was void. Avoid starting anything new. Moon, surge of power. Void moon ending at 9:18 p.m. in the evening. Focus on group activities, teamwork, technology, and community building. But moon was void on Thursday. And then on Wednesday evening, or Wednesday early afternoon, moon opposed Jupiter and station void. Tempting to overdo or expand, it's better to finish what you started or rest instead. And then Mars went into Libra. So not every instance has an astrological reason why, though. So just keep that in mind. All right. Do we want to talk a little bit about the Lionsgate portal? I'm going to cite from Lisa Stardust's article on Refinery 29. The Lionsgate portal is here. It's time to manifest. Mostly because I do trust Lisa Stardust's articles. on the line on any kind of astrological or witchy stuff in Refinery 29. So I'm going to start from there first. Hi, Fran. Welcome. I'm at work, so I may need to bounce. Well, this is my second attempt live streaming tonight because Mercury be Gatorading. Katie says, "Oh, that all fits. Moon doing me in." All right, let's discuss the Lion's Gate. Yes. I'll also put this article into the replay on YouTube when I post this to YouTube later on, because by the way, the Book of Face keeps on deleting live videos as well. So I don't know if I have any of our live videos left over on that particular platform, but there's definitely going to be the replays saved over on YouTube. So just letting you know. So Lionsgate Portal is upon us. August 8th is a highly auspicious time for us to manifest and consider our hopes. The spiritual event falls on a prosperous numerological day, 8-8. 8 is the number of growth and transformation, so 2 8s are considered to heighten the energy. Also, I am preferential to the number 8 because that's my birth date. Though I'm in April, I'm April 8th. So I like 8s. I like the number 8. I like the number 13 as well. Although this portal is open from July 28th to August 12th, the 8 holds the peak energy. The gateway opens due to the alignment of the sun in Leo, Sirius, and the Earth. Again, it's a little bit timey-wimey, and astrologically, like the timing of this, it might not be exactly on 8-8, guys. So, right? Stefanie says, I've noticed Facebook has been glitchier than normal lately. Yep. I've noticed that too. Isn't it great? Okay. Leo, Sirius, and the Earth. Sirius is the brightest star in our skies and also known as the dog star. At this point in the summer, the star, known by some as the spiritual sun, reappears in the sky after being hidden by the angle of the Earth. The ancient Egyptians looked forward to the flooding of the Nile during this period and also believed this celestial positioning created a bridge between realms. Yeah. So it might be a power number for you too, Katie, or an angel number, as it were. I wish I had Gala's book that has like the quick notes about like what 8s mean, because she has like what 111, 222, 333 means. So I will look. So this year, the Lionsgate portal differs because it occurs the day before the full moon in Aquarius. This makes it a momentous time to craft our dreams into reality. Releasing old habits and setting intentions is pivotal during the waxing gibbous moon in Aquarius. Mars in Libra opposes Saturn retrograde in Aries. Yeah, I've been feeling that. And harmonizes with Uranus in Gemini, giving us the strength to boss up. Also, 4 planets are retrograde: Mercury in Leo, Saturn in Aries, Neptune in Aries, and Pluto in Aquarius. These planetary positions give us all the more reason to reflect upon the past and to take measures to evolve. So, this has advice for every astrological sign. So, I'm not going to be able to give you all 12. But I need to know what your astrological signs are. And I am not above putting myself on the line of fire. So I'm going to go first. Aries goes first astrologically. So I will go first and then put your signs into the chat. I know Katie is a Leo. So please put your sign into the chat so I can give you your reading from Lisa Stardust. So for Aries, if you happen to be a fellow Aries like me, commit to a mission that pushes you to be generous with your time. Ask your crew if they'd be interested in joining the cause. Their efforts are crucial. That way you can bond while doing something magical for others. So Stefanie, that's yours. You and me are Aries. And if you didn't get it, you'll just have to rewind the YouTube replay. Fran is a Virgo. So let's go to Virgo next. Actually, let's go to Leo and then Virgo, because that's the astrological wheel. So for Leo, so listen up, Leos. Katie, this is for you. Learning ways to express your desires without being demanding will help you approach others. Being more compassionate and respectful to the needs of your squad and family instead of just asserting your wants adds a new dimension to your connection with them. Oh my God, that's crazy, Stefanie. Stefanie is literally working on a charity event right now. How wild is that? Right? That's crazy. Wow. Okay, so Virgo Fran, if you need a break from social media, give doom scrolling a rest. It can be frustrating to keep up with everyone's news, and your mind might be overloaded. Meditate and envision a different environment for yourself away from your phone. Your closest peeps know how to get in touch with you, so don't stress about leaving your devices on Do Not Disturb. All right, any other signs? I feel a little called out. I feel like all of them are like calling out a little bit. Did I get everyone? And if not, I will provide the link in the show notes or the video description. So let me make sure I'm copying that. Hello. All right, copying that. All right, what else? Well said. I can't imagine a Virgo ever overthinking. Our lovely gala darling, my tapping teacher, is a Virgo. She's a card carrying Virgo. So if she's watching gala, that Virgo overthinking. What? No. Katie says, trying to step gently on my neighbors whilst they stomp on me and try guilt work in me at the same time as destroying my property. Yeah, I know. When I was reading that, I was just like, oh God. It's hard to keep that compassion, you know? Katie says, so not true about Virgo. Yeah. Stefanie's moon and rising are both Virgos, so I empathize. Should I look at my moon and rising? So, my moon is in Gemini, and my ascendant or my rising is Capricorn. I will look at that privately because I feel like that's probably going to call me out a little bit more than I want to be called out. All right. Let's see what Mind Body Green has to say. A powerful portal of Sun and Leo, Star, Sirius, Orion's belt, and the Earth all line up. Numerologist Caitlin Carhart previously explains. This creates a powerful portal of energy, which is potent for manifesting. As astrologer and holistic psychiatrist Casey Budd, MD, notes, during the Lionsgate portal, Sirius separates sufficiently from the sun to come into view. Since Sirius is the brightest star in our night sky, some ancient and even current mystics believe it infuses the earth with extra energy and light. Healers and teachers in certain New Age communities believe the energy coming from Sirius contains special elevating or activating energy that can help Earth and her people evolve. Yes, social media detox is the RX is the prescription. Yes, Friend is Virgo Sun, Mercury, Mars on the cup, on the cusp, on the cups and Pluto, or on the cusps and Pluto. MC is Virgo. I overthink work stuff. We grasp that Virgo stuff. Yes. What the number 8 means in astrology, it stands out in most in terms of the houses and signs of the zodiac. The 8th house and the 8th sign of the zodiac belong to Scorpio. So astrologically, 8 has connections to power, transformation, energy, passion, and sexuality, all Scorpio themes. Also corresponding to the strength card in a traditional tarot deck, which features the lion. Thus, the number 8 also has esoteric symbolic connections to strength and to the lion. In numerology, 8, the double energy of 8 is auspicious because 8 is known as a powerhouse number, and it acts as a bridge between the material and the spiritual realms. It is also the number of power and wealth. 8 is connected with achievement, goals, and the intersection of the spiritual and physical dimensions, signified by the interlocking symbols of 8, or the infinity symbol if you turn it on its side. Those born under life path number 8 are thought to be here to master the integration of spirit into matter. So how do we actualize this energy? Like, okay, now we know what the Lionsgate portal is. You know, it's open. How do we work with it? Or what is recommendations for working with this energy? Lean into your inner Leo, says Mind Body Green. Amplifying the themes of the zodiac sign. The sign of Leo contains and represents love, generosity, leadership, and creativity. And it doesn't matter whether you were born under the sign or not. When the sun is in Leo, the entire world benefits from an infusion of these energies: love, generosity, leadership, creativity. Do Leo things and aim to intensify the natural energy of this moment as much as possible. Focus on love. Love is a key part of a Leo and of the potential of the Lion's Gate. You can connect, the energetic portal of the Lion's Gate can connect you to the portal in your own heart. Do things that bring joy during and just before the Lion's Gate to open and expand your heart. Specifically, if you can, do these things at 8:08 on August 8th. So I actually set my alarm to go off at 8:08 p.m. since I was already, I had already missed the opportunity in the morning to do this, but do some kind of affirmation or manifestation work on 8:08 p.m. Unfortunately, time zone differences may have excluded you from that if you're ahead of time on me. 8:08 is less than an hour away from me, but it might be 2 hours for you, or I don't know, a couple of days from now. But you can still work on this energy up through August 12th. So you still do have time to take advantage of the Lionsgate portal if you believe in it. Prepare for massive shifts. It's a good time to examine how you're currently exerting your power and consider the type of power you'd like to yield in the future. This makes it an opportunity to start manifesting what you want to call in. Just don't act rashly or focus on short-term gains, as 8 represents the number of infinity. Use your energy wisely and trust that rapid growth is in store, preparing for blast off. So, but think about the long term, not necessarily the short term. Tap into your spiritual side. Now is the time to do your favorite spiritual activities, especially in a group, which can magnify positive energy and intentions. So getting together for ceremonies, meditations, chanting, yoga, dance, art, time in nature can amplify the energy. Practice gratitude, finally. You can do this in meditation, in prayer, and dance, with ritual, or with a journal, however it occurs to you. When you send out your love and gratitude to the universe, it will most likely come back to you doubled, tripled, or more. This is a time to build up stores of love, joy, and gratitude. It's a season for discovering what the self can really do. So basically, there's anytime you want to do manifestation, you can. But with the Lionsgate portal, you can amplify your efforts. And then tomorrow we do have the full moon in Aquarius. So there's also information on magnifying the full moon energies through your signs. So again, a very similar horoscope, as it were, to the ones that we just read over by Lisa Stardust on Refinery 29. So I'm not going to go ahead and repeat it because it's very close. But at least this person kind of tells us the reason why. Like for Aries, the 11th house is very associated with Aquarius. And as such, this is the moment to focus on your communities and showing up for them, not dissimilar to what Lisa Stardust said in her horoscope, but that might be the astrological reason why she said that. So I'll make sure to include this article as well. Oh, yeah, sure. We're doing it right now, guys. Getting together for Hilary's live. Yeah. That's a group activity for sure. Stefanie says, does this mean my musical improv comedy workshop later tonight will be amazing? LOL. I think so. I think so. Because you're not only in the Lionsgate portal, but also full moon in Aquarius tomorrow. It's just like, it's a lot of like community building. All right. So I wanted to do a little bibliomancy from Stefanie Caponi's book, Tarot for Manifestation, Moon Void Tarot. Just to see maybe there's a suggestion in here on the Lionsgate portal and what maybe I should be doing tonight. This is hilarious. So I was just talking about how my best friend got herself the Wild Unknown Tarot and also the Wild Unknown Tarot, not Tarot, Wild Unknown Archetypes deck. And yes, it's a very pretty cover, Stefanie. And I told the story over on IG this morning. And I wanted to mention about it. Like, I was just like, oh, well, when I got the copy of the Archetypes deck, which is wonderful, and the guidebook is fantastic, I went to that event. She was doing a book signing in New York City. And I happened to get the last ticket and just went on a whim, following my splenic manifestor urges, which I didn't even know I had, because I didn't know anything about human design at that point. And I got the last ticket, I hopped on the train, I went down, and at this event, she had placed one of the cards randomly, or as random as oracle decks or tarot decks seldom are. She had placed a card from this new deck, the Wild Unknown Archetypes deck, under each of our under each of our chairs, and I picked it up, and it was the Shadow card. And this was right before I was embarking on my first year of priestess training, to which I've since put away. I think I only did a year of it before I walked away from it. And, I feel like the time is coming where I might pick up that work again. But the first year of votary work, or what we call priestess training, votary work, is all about the self and the shadow. And I got the shadow card from the Archetypes deck. And so when I went up to get my book signed, her book signed, the guidebook, I told her that. I was just like, listen, I got the shadow card and I'm embarking on priestess training. And I know the first year of priestess training is all about confronting the self and confronting our shadow. And she was like, that is amazing. Like, that is crazy. Kim Kranz, who did the Wild Unknown Tarot and the Archetypes deck. And so I am not surprised in the slightest that the bibliomancy from Tarot for Manifestation turned right to reclaiming your shadow. Well, shit. So, it says revisiting your shadow work phrases is the key to creating your signature affirmations. Take a look back at your journal. What did you discover about yourself during your shadow work? What were the main themes that presented themselves? And can you pick out specific words and phrases that feel emotionally activating? For me, so this is from Stefanie, for me, whenever I felt the urge to admit that I struggled with feeling envious of my friends who had the things I wanted, my throat seemed to close up. I observed the anger and the disgust that would arise and wondered what affirmations could I possibly heal the low vibes seeping out of me. How could I change my self-talk to rewire my neural pathways? Well, knock me down with a feather, why don't you? I'm going to have to bookmark that. And that is for later, for private time. Yikes. Yes, Katie, exactly. We believe this stuff, but it still doesn't stop us from being surprised by it happening. Absolutely. This is the craziness. This is the reason why it's just like, I know tarot works. Like we were having this conversation with Charles Harrington last week, last Friday, talking about his new book, Tarot and Oracle Card Reading for Dummies. You can check out the replay over on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/at cardslingerscc, or you can check it out the audio version, which just went up today, episode 131. But I was talking to him about like he wrote in this book about like offering up different theories on why tarot works. And it's at the same time that that I'm reading A Walk Through the Forest of Souls, a tarot journey by Rachel Pollack. And she also offers up the reason why tarot works or how tarot works, but she does it from a very different place than Charles. And I find it just very interesting that the two things are kind of coalescing in my mind, because she, as Charles said, it's like a very bold assertion to say something in her book, A Walk Through the Forest of Souls. This is the tarot reading that God made when he created the universe. It's like, or what is the tarot reading that God gave to himself when he made the universe? Something like that. Something like, and it's just like, but clearly it does work. We may not ever solve the riddle of why it works, but it does work. Yeah. Yes, Stefanie. Once again, a little too called out on my own life. That's true. But I think that's part of the reason you guys keep on coming back, to see me get called out on my own life, about my own life. So anyway, let's take the focus off of me, and let us take down this sticky note here and put up our comment snake and our lottery jar and our countdown, and let us move into the mid-episode reading, in which one lucky viewer will win a 3-card reading for me live on the broadcast. So in order to be considered for the mid-episode reading, you need to comment the word tarot into the chat. TAROT, tarot. And the contest closes in 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Thank you. So Stefanie says, where is the trumpet sound when you say Rachel's name, though? Oh, I don't have the production value. I don't have my little Kendra, in my back pocket to do the trumpet sound. Brr, brr, brr. I think Katie should get a birthday reading. Katie's reading was last week, though. Yes, exactly. I think Katie just got a reading last week with the Visionary Woman tarot deck. So fair game. Once again, I drink water and I know things. I love how everyone got really, really quiet. Like a teacher calling on the class. It's like, oh, no one's raising their hands. Yes, Katie is awesome, and happy birthday to Katie. Everyone wish Katie a happy birthday. Yeah, unfortunately, sometimes. Yeah, I got the reading last week. Didn't stop the mess though. It did. It may not have stopped the mess, but at least you were prepared. Like I wish a lot of time. I wish that the tarot could be this barrier of like protection for all the big bads that might be coming for us, and also like I appreciate the cards saying there's some trouble here, there's some this, there's some hiccups, there's some roadblocks, there's some potholes, and I think the reason why we have those kind of readings is we can either choose to change the circumstances, mitigate the circumstances, or emotionally prepare. Now, I used to think when I was younger that we could either change or mitigate the circumstances. And then my dad died. And I got a card that I've never associated with death before. But I saw it and my sister saw it at the same time. And we both took it for, oh, he's not making it. And that turned out to be true. And why did we get that reading? And my sister's not, a professional reader. And most of the time, she won't ask me for readings. And I don't really give readings to my family members. I will occasionally pull cards for my mom if she asks, and if I happen to have my deck on me. But like most of the time, I just don't read for family members because it's like kind of a boundary that I've drawn. But seeing that card and seeing it in the exact same way at the same time, it was a very powerful message to us. Like, oh, he's not making it. And it was like, why did we see that? Why did we get that? Why would we be given that information, and have it still happen anyway? And I think it was to prepare ourselves emotionally for that eventuality. And I can speak about it now without getting emotional because it's been, I think it's been 8 years, 7 or 8 years now, because I can look back on it and be like, oh, so that's the reason why. So now my speech with regard to hard readings or difficult cards is change, mitigate, or prepare. Because sometimes you can't change it or mitigate it, but you can emotionally prepare in some way. Anyway, I'm done with my speech. Hopefully that makes sense. Stefanie is the winner tonight of the mid-episode reading. Got right in there in under the wire, only because Katie sat out. So you guys are like so generous with the mid-episode reading. I really appreciate it. I'm glad you all enjoy it. I feel like it was a really great solution to like, pull a card for me. So, Stefanie, you know the drill. Please put your question into the chat and I will pull 3 cards for you. And please let me know which deck you'd like to be read from. I do have the Visionary Woman Oracle Tarot right next to me because it is the deck of the month. But I can also use the Wild Messengers, Alchemical Tarot, or where is... I do have my other deck around here somewhere. I think I do have my Radiant Rider-Waite-Smith around here somewhere. Ah, it's on the windowsill. I know where it is. Okay. All right. Let me take that down. What is the outlook for the charity event I'm working on? Will it be a success? Visionary Woman sounds wonderful. Okay. And I am going to go to the guidebook for this reading because I have found the guidebook to be fantastic. Really, really good. Like just like today's today's card of the day was the 5 of Wands, and I'm just like, I don't want people anymore. And that was kind of like the reading that I was getting, but it was so much more than that. So I pulled a little bit from the guidebook, but then I pulled a little bit from me. So thank you, Katie. Please say it to the people in the back. You are generous with giving us readings, Hilary. Thank you. Thank you for saying I'm generous. Many people do not see it this way. You would be surprised. Some of the nasty comments I get. Why won't you pull a card for me? You're a miserable woman. You have eyes with no soul. You would be surprised at the crazy shit that I've been called, and wow. So if you did not win the mid-episode reading this week, please try again next time, or you can book a reading with me, tarotbyhilary.com. Please and thank you. All right. Stefanie wants to know, what is the outlook for the charity event I'm working on? Will it be a success? Well, I think you already know the answer to that, Stefanie, but I will pull 3 cards for you. Some of these cards are sticking together either on purpose or by accident. I'm just going to give it a final shuffle. All right. Knight of Pentacles. To me, that's... How did that reversal get in there? I'm usually not reading reversals, but like somehow, some way I flipped it upside down. What? Okay, interesting. I don't know how reversals got into here, but they did. Strange, but I will read them. So you have a couple of knights here. You've got the Knight of Pentacles, which I think indicates your hard work, your tenacity, your strength towards this event. But then you do have the Knight of Swords coming up reversed. To me, that's more about like letting it go and letting it be. Like you've done all of the work with the Knight of Pentacles, and now it's time to just like release it and let it be what it is. And then you also do have the 4 of Cups coming up also reversed. Now, I think the 4 of Cups is better reversed because I feel like it's the card of being realistic, being generous, having like not being so Pollyanna in a way. And this 4 of Cups, oh, wow. so pretty. So I'm going to hold up the Knight of Pentacles first. Hopefully you can see him. Knight of Swords, I'm going to hold up upright, but he is coming up reversed. I don't know how reversals got into here, but they did. And I think the Knight of Swords is also like kind of riding a dragon. Pretty cool. And then the Four of Cups. Again, reversed. So, like, with reversals, I don't think it's an outright negation to the upright meaning. I just think like Knight of Pentacles is everything that was within your control. And now Knight of Swords and Four of Cups is telling you to let it go and let it be. I think it will be a success, but it's just like, but you've done all that you can do at this point, and now it's time to release. So that is my initial interpretation of the cards. Now we're going to go to the guidebook. Knight of Pentacles first. And I will hold him up. So focus on the work. The Knight of Pentacles is focused for sure. In this image, the Knight is working, not even looking at us. Get to work. That is what this Knight would say. Eye on the prize, keep your investment goal in mind. Great focus, service, and all the details that matter for future prosperity. This Knight can point to work in a reading with the hint of investing in your future for when you are not a knight anymore. The Knight of Pentacles works from the ground up and has fabulous ideas for growth. The miracle grow of knights. All right, Knight of Swords. How did those reversals? See, I like it. I like that this is reversed. I like that this is reversed. So reversed meaning from the guidebook. Thank you to Christine Gorman, whose birthday I think was yesterday, apparently. So I've been told. Reversed, emotional tornado, temper tantrum, keep all hands and feet out of the way. This Knight needs a sense of accomplishment, something to be proud of. This will bring down inflammation of any kind. You know those super smart kids in school who never get challenged so they find a bit of trouble? So Knight of Swords reversed. The Knight of Swords reversed will kick somebody's ass intellectually on the field or court, or just not let anything get in his way. This Knight will behave that way even if the card is upright, but reversed, look out. So like if you're not, it's almost like if you're not working, if you're not challenged, you will find challenge or you'll make trouble for yourself. So it's just like you need to be focused, you need to be working. But I still believe that my interpretation is not necessarily the most correct for this reading, but I think in this reading, it's just like, let it go. Like you've done all that you can do. And now it's just like it's almost like you're trying to find fault. You're just like, oh, wait. Okay, let me rehang the curtains, or let me do this, or let me tweak the seating chart, or doing like all of these like little last minute things. And it's just like, no, just let it go. You know, like you want to like tinker still. And it's just like the time for tinkering is done. And then Four of Cups. Interesting. It's good. It's good. Time to act, action needed, focus on receiving. Focus on receiving, pay attention, magic is ripe. Say yes, go, and green light. From the upright meaning in this in the guidebook, the key: no action is necessary right now. There's no point in grabbing at anything before it's ripe, like green bananas. The key is to be aware of your surroundings, for when the time is ripe, the Four of Cups will turn upside down, and if you're paying attention, you can receive the goods. Wow. I love this deck. Like, I'm so happy that, like, so Melissa was just like, Melissa Sonova, Kitchen Table Tarot. Melissa kept on saying, like, oh no, you need that deck. No, you need the Visionary Woman Tarot. Like, tell them to send it to you. And I'm like, okay. She's right. Did this help, Stefanie? I think it did. I've definitely been working hard on it. Okay, love that Four of Cups message. Yeah. It's time. It's reversed. It's time to receive. It's time to catch the overripe bananas. That's crazy because I didn't think that I had put reversals into this deck. And then suddenly here they are, reversals, and it's correct. By the way, a reminder to listen to our episode on reversals, which is a long time ago for card slingers. But I'm just reminded of Melissa's reading for someone where she was like, they got all reverse cards, and so she flipped them upright as if she knew better, and then they were just like, no, you're reversed. Put them back reversed. You were right the first time, and it's like, oh, okay. Yeah. When is see? Don't say that to her though. When is Melissa wrong though? So Katie says about, wow, so nasty and unnecessary. The people who, are mean about. Yeah. The reply to those nasty people I feel you should give them is, you have no gratitude. That is why the universe isn't giving you things. Ooh. Yeah. I just block now. I just block or ban now. I don't say anything. I'm just like, okay, bye. I think that's a sign of growth. Instead of just writing the paragraph, just replying back, okay, that's a sign of growth. I said this earlier for our Thorough Friday readings. I'm just like, I'm really enjoying being in my 40s. Like, I hit 40 and I'm just like, oh, I can actually prioritize my opinions over other people's. Like, wow. Yes, spicy reply, but block is better. Yes. So, Stefanie, thank you so much for submitting yourself to a public reading. I know it's an act of vulnerability, and I appreciate that. And I hope you enjoyed your reading and that it was helpful and accurate for you. And if you didn't win a reading this time around, you can always book a reading with me. tarotbyhilary.com is where you can book any readings. I do email readings, phone readings, Zoom readings, in-person readings if you're in my geographical area, and private parties as well. I've already booked my first Halloween party of the season. Yes, I know it's the beginning of August, but this is when people start to reach out and start planning their Halloween parties, and I really, really appreciate people planning ahead. So, if you want me to do readings for your events and you're in the tri-state area within reason, please reach out to me. I would love to read for your event, whether it's professional or corporate or a private event. I would love to. Okay, so I think, any other questions about the Lionsgate portal? Will you guys be doing some manifestation work tonight, taking advantage of the Lionsgate portal that is happening, oh my god, in 1 minute? 1 minute here. Yeah, people dying for Halloween to happen. They're so sick of summer. All right. Wait, I'm gonna put up my sticky note. Lionsgate portal 8/8 8 p.m. EST. What? What? It's time, guys. See? I don't know if you guys can see. I told you. I told you I set an alarm. I told you. Where's my weekend forecast on the Lionsgate? That's a good idea. Let's do that. So I wrote down, where is my notes? All right, that's a good idea. So someone put in the chat which Oracle deck we should pull from. All right. So I put this in my timer. You are walking through the portal. Keep your frequency high. When that alarm goes off, pause, breathe, tune into your desired timeline. You are walking through the portal. Keep your frequency high. You are walking through the portal. Keep your frequency high. You are walking through a portal. Keep your frequency high. You are walking through the portal. Keep your frequency high. And so it is. All right. Stefanie says the roast iconic. That's playing with fire, but I'll do it. Katie says, you want to grill us? Well, when I grill you guys, like, I'm not above grilling myself, too. Feeling sassy. Ooh, I'm nearly... Whoa! Okay. That's crazy, guys. So I'm going to say that some of you might find fuel in the same thing that I was going to find fuel with when I did my little bibliomancy with feeling envious of my friends who had the things I wanted. And then maybe looking at affirmations that gives the opposite, right? Because we are getting the jealous card from the roast iconic. So we can use that jealousy, that envy. Do they have what you think you want? Or are you just stuck in a shameful compare and despair cycle? What is for you will not pass you. I'm going to say that again. Do they have what you think you want? Or are you just stuck in a shameful compare and despair cycle? What is for you will not pass you. Oh, they're not holding back today. No, they are not. No, they are not. Wow. We got sass up the ass today. It is indeed a feral Friday. All right, everybody, that's your card for the weekends. And we're getting the second reminder of the Lionsgate portal. So go off, do your manifestations, get it done. We also have the full moon tomorrow in Aquarius, and I will provide you some of those links that I cited from in the show notes up on the Tube of You episode. Wow, wow, wow. Thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys. We do this every Friday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yeah, Katie, they never hold back. They certainly do not. So if you enjoy these episodes, please check me out over on the Tube of You and the Book of Face every Friday night, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Once again, I am Hilary, professional tarot reader and EFT tapping practitioner, here to demystify the mystical and put you in touch with the most beautiful of gifts, your own intuition. Because yes, my friends, do not argue with me. You have intuition. So I will be putting up 2 parts tonight. Our beginning of the episode where I mentioned Mercury and Gatorade and it just crapped right out. So that's going to be part 1, maybe about 16 minutes in length. And then the meat of the episode will be on part 2. So check that replay. Once again, I really appreciate all of you for tuning in every week, and I will see you again next time. Same bat time, same bat channel. Again, happy birthday to Katie. Good luck to Stefanie on her charity event tonight. I am wishing you all the best in all of your endeavors, and use that Lionsgate portal. Whether or not you believe in it, I think it believes in you. Bye.